Hey everyone, welcome to Otaku Talk. It's me, your boy, your host, OD, and today we'll be reviewing and analyzing chapter 1119 of One Piece. If this is your first time on my channel, would greatly appreciate it if you could like, share, and subscribe. Would mean the absolute world to me. If you've been here before but haven't done so already, would greatly appreciate it if you could, still bang that bell, like that button, do your boy a solid. There's a reason you're back. Even if it's the hate, it's like, nah, I don't really get too much hate. I appreciate y'all for that. But, yeah, guys, follow me, communicate with me. Like, that's my main thing. I just want to shoot the shit and talk One Piece and manga and anime in general with people. I know I have a problem. I need to, move on to new series, which I have an announcement, by the way. Turns out My Hero is ending in 5 chapters. It's actually funny because I started kind of dabbling and rereading it a few weeks ago. Like a month ago actually, and I haven't been taking it too seriously, but now that it's 5 chapters till we're done, I'm definitely gonna binge that ASAP. For those of you who've been following me for since I began a couple years ago, I've been reviewing My Hero Academia. It was one of the first manga I reviewed on this channel, and I kind of just stopped because honestly the weekly thing was killing me, and it was at kind of a lull, and I wanted it to build up, but holy fuck, I kind of let time fly, so I'm definitely going to get back to that. Anyway, without much further ado, let's get into this review. Alright, chapter 1119 of One Piece, Emeth, or Emeth, or Emeth, whatever you want to say. I like Emeth. That's what I'm going to go with. We start off this chapter with Stussy and Kaku. I like how Oda kept it relatively short. He redid the Ash and Butterfree scene where basically he's like, Butterfree, get out of here. Go, get. I hate you. I don't want you. Go away. That scene. Basically, Kaku tells Stussy, get the fuck out of Dodge. We're not friends. I don't like you. Go. And I think that's clear. That's obviously not. It's obviously not the case. You see his face sullen. You see him holding back tears. You see him really not fucking with this decision. A lot of people might ask why is he acting like that? Why is he doing that? I think it's clear that he fucks with Stussy, that he does care about them in some way, shape, or form. And he also sees the fact that she chose to save him. And so this is his way of saving her. Now, I would have liked if he just said, fuck it. I know a lot of people, especially my boy Tekking, have been saying they kind of hope that he kind of goes back to, Water 7 or just becomes a shipwright somewhere he was happy there. I would love that for the kid. Kaku's always been kind of a really fun character, really dope character. And as far as the rest of the villains have gone, he hasn't really done too much that's heinous or unforgivable. So I could definitely want for him to have a good life, but I just think he's too set in his ways. I think he kind of fears the world government too much. I think he fears Lucci too much and knows what Lucci will do if Lucci gets back up here and sees Stussy, who betrayed them. So I think he made the right call. I think he should have left with Stussy, but I think he's kind of the impression that trying to escape is not the move and not going to happen, and so this is their best bet. Also, I'm a little bit late, but I didn't talk about the cover story. Yamato is getting rocks thrown at her because she resembles Kaido. So that fucking sucks, but I can't wait to find out later on in the series that, those kids that threw the rocks at her, she ends up befriending, maybe, helping out a la Luffy style and making their lives better and, not only making that endearing them to her, but also those in that region as well. So we get back to our double Nikas. We got Luffy and Jewelry Bonnie. And last week I said something stupid where I said her attire was that of Luffy's. That was not the case. I was not looking at it right. It looks like she has stockings. I was thinking the other part were her shorts and where the rough where the stockings start or the socks start. I thought that was the bottom of the shorts. That's not the case. And I also thought she had a vest on. She does not have a vest on. So I was incorrect. So anyway, the Giants are freaking out because there's two Nikas now. They're loving life, and while they're celebrating and stuff, Mars sends some flames their way, which Luffy tanks. And it's crazy to see Luffy be this strong at this point and take an attack that I'm sure is infuriatingly hot. Like, I'm assuming that out of all the Gorosei, like, his flame breath is probably the hottest and most powerful. Just like, what's that one dude has, like, the Hongu or whatever, the dude who's the boar is probably the most durable. So honestly, in this moment, reminding me a lot of, Big Mom just being the iron balloon. I wouldn't say Kaido. I've heard people making Kaido comparisons, but Kaido had, like, durability for days, which Big Mom also does, but, like, it, in my opinion, is infinitely way hard to, like, damage Kaido than Big Mom. But I think Big Mom might have slightly more, like, endurance. Who knows? But, like, you can clearly see, like, Luffy isn't unaffected. He's definitely not unfazed by this. Like, he is hurting. His eyes are bulging. His tongue is out. Now, how much of that is comical and how much of that is actual pain, I don't know. But the fact that he is showing pain in general actually does mean that this is significant. Now, Dory and Bragi are like telling him, we're going to leave the bird to you. And then they're yelling at their crew, like, hurry up, stop dancing and get going. And this scene cracked me the fuck up because they're like, you guys were literally just dancing, not even a chapter ago. And that cracked me up. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of, like, the Straw Hat crew themselves, right? Where, like, Luffy is 1 minute doing something vastly, incredibly irresponsible and then, like, demands, like, seriousness or something from the crew. And they're like, are you like, I don't want to hear that from you. Like, obviously they're gonna do it. He's their captain, but, like, I do love and miss those moments. Even though I don't really miss them because they still happen, but it's kind of hilarious. Anyway, Luffy grabs Mars wings and turns into a giant balloon. Right? We've seen this move countless times, but not quite on this scale. Now, something that was interesting about this part was I thought it was a little stupid. Not gonna lie, not in a bad way, but I did think it was a little stupid because I just felt like he could have done this whole thing on his own, grab the wings, and then, like, blast himself into Mars. And if you guys are familiar with the Boondocks, he would have just done the whole I just like, yeah, grab his wings and just bow, blast him away. But he's like, no, I need your help. I need you guys to hit me with your strongest attacks. Bonnie's not really about it. She's confused, but the rest of, like, Sanji's just like, captain's orders. Frankie has been super ride or die this goddamn arc, bro. Like, he's been, like Kizaru, like, stepped up. He's like, this is our captain. Like, anytime, like, Luffy has, like, needed him to be there, he has been there. And I love that for Frankie. I've never, like, disliked Frankie, but I've never, like, liked him on a grand scale. I know he's, like, a bunch of people's, like, well, not a bunch of people's. He's a handful of people's favorite character. He's Tekking's, and I always was confused because I never saw it, but, like, in this moment, I'm just really starting to see that, like, Frankie is that guy, and it is, like, a great crewmate, and I love to see, like, he's, like, the number one person that was, like, immediately, like, down to do it. I remember earlier when he saved Luffy from the Gorosei. I think when he tried to punch a Gorosei, like Frankie is like that. Frankie is like not ride or die. That's not the word I'm looking for. Like, Frankie is on site. That's what I like. Frankie is on site. On site Frankie. Like that is the only definition of him you can see. So anyway, we get a really, really incredible scene because, like, we already know Bonnie has Haki. We already know Sanji has Haki. But I never knew about Frankie, and I always wondered, like, what's going to happen. And so Sanji uses Hell's Memories, which I am not sure if we ever knew if it was actually Haki. We kind of assumed and stuff like that, but obviously confirmed it's Haki. Now, he uses, and I missed it the first read-through, it's not strong right, it's impactful strong right. So I guess that impactful means I've imbued it with Haki. So now our boy Frankie has Haki, and then we have Joy Bonnie, who turns into her form of Nika and uses what seems more like a Gear 3rd Luffy Gum Gum. I forget what his giant pistol is called. His Gigante pistol. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, yeah. Gigante pistol and uses no, elephant gun. Because Gigante pistol is when it's basic, when his whole arm is big, and then he makes it better where he just makes, like, his fist and then, like, right around the wrist big for that impact. So that, I think that's elephant gun. And so it does like basically an elephant gun, but she calls it like Nika Fist, Nika Fist, and they all hit Luffy and then send the Gorosei flying, which I found this to be fascinating. The first thing I found fascinating was one, okay, cool, we get confirmation that all three of them have haki. What a great moment for Frankie in particular. The second thing I found interesting was like, damn, all of you guys just hit Luffy with your quote unquote strongest attacks and he's fine. Which, once again, I thought it was reckless, but once again, if you read One Piece, if you are a fan of Oda, you have to understand by now, or you're going to have a fucking bad time. You're going to have a bad time that narrative rules all and rule of cool. Oda will always do what he thinks is coolest, is the most fun, is the most interesting over everything. If you do not get that, if you do not comprehend that, drop the series, you're going to have a bad time. Because once again, like I said, I think it was pointless. I think Luffy on his own power should have the ability to blast Mars away, to like do a homie chest bump, send him flying. This was just Oda's way, I think, in my opinion, of showcasing their abilities and damage and whatnot, right? And so I found that to be interesting. And I mean, I think I said three things, but I think it's just those two. And then sends Mars flying like a cartoon, like Team Rocket blasting off again. So that was freaking hilarious. So once they do that, it's back to like, let's freaking escape, right? And so we're still waiting on the Sunny. They're supposed to be falling down by now. They're not falling. So I believe, Atlas is going to go check on them. We see the Iron Giant rebooting, and we also see the Denden Mushi restarting, so we're getting the rest of the message now. We see Whole Cake Island and Katakuri watching. I have such high hopes and expectations of Katakuri. I really hope that, we see him back in the series. I really hope that he's going to be a member of the Grand Fleet. I think he has a lot of respect for Luffy. I think he knows what happened with Big Mom at Wano. I think he also just has that kind of feeling that Big Mom isn't gone though, but I do think that he also has a feeling that like they're actually free of her. So I can't wait to see like where they go. We see Vivi and big news. Morgan's. York is freaking out. Yo, this part, I completely didn't know about this. I had to do like some Googling, but her name is Sarfunkel. And so I thought it's cute. I thought it was his daughter at first, but nah, that's his girl. So that's really interesting. He's stuck in a box and she's stuck in a barrel. So they're like perfect for each other. I wonder how they, maybe it's just a platonic, maybe it's not intimate, because I don't know how they, get that going. But one thing I read in the wiki that I thought was interesting is their name is supposed to be a play on Simon and Garfunkel. So his name is Gaiman and her name is Sarfunkel. So Gaiman and Sarfunkel. So I thought that was hilarious. So that's your little chuckle of the day, right? So anyway, we see that it's raining men. It's raining CP0 agents. The sandworm Gorosei is spitting them out because he's trying to. He uses his suck powers to rescue them earlier, but now he needs it to pull in the Thousand Sunny. So I think what he's doing is expelling them because either he can't suck anymore once he's full, or it's going to cause issues. I don't know what it is, but he had to get rid of them first, and now he's trying to suck in the Sunny. Luffy is like, nah, fuck that noise, and hits him with a giant fist to the face. The Hyungu, the giant, boar, comes at Luffy again. Unfortunately, Luffy still does not have the ability to damage or hurt the Hyungu, which brings us up to our next really amazing feat of this chapter. The Iron Giant comes out of the water, hits the ever-loving shit out of, Gorbachev, the Gorbachev Gorosei, so hard that it breaks his tusk, which I would imagine is like one of the hardest parts of like this like Boar Gorosei, actually breaking the tusk. So at this point, is like the Iron Giant stronger than Luffy? Does he not? Once again, is this Iron Giant a member of Joy Boy's crew? I'm okay with like the speculation that the Iron Giant, Zunisha and stuff were members of Joy Boy's crew, and that they're analogous to, members of Luffy's crew now. The Iron Giant being Frankie, of course, Unisha being Chopper, of course. That would be interesting. But yeah, the strength that this Iron Giant is showing is incredible. I'm wondering if it's the materials or if it's some form of willpower and hockey. But yeah, this was insane. This was absolutely insane. I absolutely cannot wait for next chapter. I don't know if the Gorosei member is knocked out. Also, I'm very curious to find out about if water affects them. Once again, we don't know if they have Del Fruits. We don't know what this ability is. So now that he's got hit rather hard on water, I'm wondering if it's gonna affect him, if he's gonna flee, how that's gonna happen. But most importantly, I really want to see the interaction between Luffy, aka Nika, and this robot. I want to see more exposition as the robot tries to talk to him and is like, "Oh my God, it's me, blah, blah, blah. Nika, do you recognize me?" And Luffy's like, "I have no clue what you're talking about. I'm Luffy. I don't know this Nika. Everyone keeps calling me Nika. What's that about?" And maybe we'll get some more exposition as he explains who Nika is, or who Nika is to him, how he relates Nika, and his role in all of this. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there for now. I know once again I kind of ran through it. It's been quite a day, but I think I hit the most important parts. Like I said, One Piece in my opinion is not meant to be enjoyed week to week. These weekly chapters have been really rough for me. They've been really exposition heavy, which I usually like, but I just feel like the pacing is off. I've been a little bit annoyed and perturbed because there's been scenes that I wanted fleshed out that Oda kind of rushed through, skipped over, or completely left. The interaction with the Seraphim and all of them in the Labo phase. But then there's moments that I wish he had skipped or given us had off screen, some of the less important news that Vegapunk gave the rest of the citizens, because that we know, but the citizens and of the world of One Piece, they don't know. I feel like we didn't really need that. But anyway, I digress. Anyway, thank you guys so much. I'm going to end it here. This has been Otaku Talk. It's me, your boy, your host, OD. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And peace. Have a great weekend. July 4th is coming up. Have fun. Stay safe. Eat a lot of food. Get drunk. Enjoy fireworks. But please be safe. Have a great time. And like I said before, I'm going to be catching up on My Hero Academia. I'm going to be trying to do reviews of that. I used to do all three of my reviews at the same day, and that was super overwhelming, and with work and all this stuff, it's probably going to be way more overwhelming than it was before. So I think I'll continue to try to do my One Piece reviews on Friday, and get them uploaded Friday. Fingers crossed that this one gets uploaded today. And then I think I might push off My Hero or other reviews till Sunday. Who knows? That's subject to change. But yeah, that's about it. Take care.